Musicians, have you ever wondered how people get their music onto Instagram stories or onto TikTok? Well, if you want to go viral, get tons of endorsement deals, finally buy your grandma a new couch since you've been sleeping on hers for the last several months, then listen up, guys. Today, we're going to be talking about getting your music online and onto different streaming platforms through digital distribution. If you're always trying to educate yourself on what's going on in the music industry, be sure to subscribe to this channel for more music industry tips and tricks. You ready, folks? Let's go. Gone are the days of major record labels controlling who and who isn't played on the radio. With today's advancements in music streaming technology, you now have the ability to get your music in front of hundreds of thousands of people without ever leaving your bedroom. That's right, you can do it all at home, and millions of artists are doing it with the help of digital distribution. So before we get started, I do want to say that we are not endorsed by any of the companies that we're going to mention. We just want to explain to you what digital distribution companies are, how they operate, why you should get into it, and we're going to note some of the more popular ones that people use. You've probably heard of companies like Tunecore, Cdbaby, and Distrokid. These are some of the most recognizable names in digital distribution. The technical term for digital distributor is digital aggregator. So if you see that term, we're talking about the same thing. They mostly focus on getting your music onto streaming services and online apps. Not really so much the physical release of your music like CDs, cassettes, or vinyl. For a fee, these companies take your approved music and submit it to companies like Spotify, iTunes, TikTok, Deezer, and more. Now, I say approved because you do have to submit your music to the actual digital distributor first. Once they decide that the quality is good enough, that's when they send it on out. Once your music is accepted by these streaming services, then the digital distributor is allowed to accept mechanical royalties on your behalf. In this case, mechanical royalties are the monies that you collect when your music is played and streamed on these services. Now, along with the companies that we've already mentioned, there is a slew of digital distributors out there. Now, for this, we're not getting paid, like we said earlier, to tell you to choose one or the other, but I do advise you to do your research. Every company comes with its pros, its cons, its perks, its specs, but it's up to you to choose which one works the best for you. For example, I know Distrokid charges a flat rate per year and then allow you to upload singles, EPs, albums, any old time you want. Tunecore, on the other hand, charges you a rate per year as well as charges you per release. So if you plan on putting a bunch of singles out in a year versus putting out one big album, this may not be as cost effective for you. Ain't nobody got all that money to be spending on they don't need. Now, if the money isn't something you're necessarily worried about, you want to pay for good quality stuff, Tunecore has a wonderful reputation for having amazing customer service where a lot of the other digital distributors fall flat. Also, I lied earlier, I do apologize. Cdbaby actually does still help with some physical distribution. When the company first started, they focused on helping artists distribute their CDs, cassettes, vinyls to retailers, and they carried some of those things on and also added the streaming services options later. While you're doing your research, also pay attention to how these digital distributors do their payouts. Distrokid doesn't take any of the earnings that you make from your music, while some of these companies actually take a percentage of what you make. So it's good to know what you're getting yourself into before you decide to sign the dotted line or your digital signature. We'll link some of the more popular ones that we've mentioned in this video down in the description so you can check them out today. While digital distribution sounds like a one-stop shop, there's a lot of things that they don't do. They don't register your music for copyrights. They don't promote your music once it's on these streaming services. They don't pitch any of your music to any of the Spotify playlist curators. There's still a lot of stuff that you're going to need to do if you want to make it big, y'all. Another thing that they don't do is put your music on SoundCloud or onto Bandcamp, which are two extremely popular and extremely useful streaming services. Bandcamp is great for selling merch and music directly to your fans. Also, a perk about Bandcamp is that that you don't need a membership to listen or stream that music. So for people who aren't super savvy when it comes to streaming services or may not have the streaming service that you're on, you can always send them a Bandcamp link. SoundCloud is one of the world's largest online musical communities and has a lot of features that I love to use on the business end. You can upload unreleased music or demos and send it to labels, blogs, potential band members in the form of a private link. If and when you decide that you don't want them to have access to that music any longer, the click of a button and you can make that link private again. It's super fun to be at a party and hear your music come up on a Spotify playlist, or even to be able to quickly share your music with anybody who's interested. Plus, if you're still sending out Reverb Nation links for your music, you are a cornball, man. Get with the times. Having your music online and on these streaming services opens up your potential fan base from the people in your immediate area to literally the entire world. It's kind of a no-brainer. Nowadays, with 80% of Americans having smartphones and over 345 million people alone on Spotify, you gotta be where the people are. Without radio stations and big labels controlling who and who cannot be played on radio, the possibilities are endless. A couple things to keep in mind is the form you're going to be sending your music. It will never be MP3. Most of these streaming platforms only take high quality files, usually waveform, AIFF, FLAC, and a couple more, but be sure to search that up so when you're finished your music, your producer or whoever you're working on your music with sends the files to you in the right form. Include as much information as you can about your music, including lyrics, genre, and subgenre. This type of metadata is extremely important because it makes your music more likely to pop up when potential fans are browsing for new music. Also, it's worth it to note that if you start with one digital distributor and you don't like them, you don't like their service, it's not working out for you, you are able to switch to a new company. Each company has a procedure on how to switch from one to the other without losing all of your streams, so be sure to check out that procedure before you switch companies. Losing all those streams, that would suck. That would really suck. So that's it for the Gable Music Ventures tips and tricks today. If you used any of these companies, let us know what your experience has been like down in the comments below. Let us know if there's anything that we missed, and be sure to subscribe to our channel if you like this type of content so you don't miss out on any more industry tips and tricks. If there's something that we missed, let us know down in the comments as well. We wish you much success on your next music release. On behalf of Gable Music Ventures, stay safe, take care, and rock on. And if you're still sending out reverberation links, you are a cornball. Before, and then before, but before that, you got to. These companies mostly. That ain't it, shorty. What you talking about? Can I ask y'all a question real quick? Y'all gonna have? Can I have this car? Can I just have it? I mean, like, y'all not even using it. Y'all got like 6 cars out here. You can't drive them all at once. Just like, she's right. Let's give her the car. It's perks and it's specs, baby. Let us know if we missed anything, and let us know what you want to hear from us next.